Hey guys, welcome back to the Nazarene Nerd Podcast. I'm David, the Nazarene Nerd. This is late, but Happy New Year. I have been away for a good while. A lot has been going on. I'm real busy since the middle of last year. A lot of good stuff, a lot of bad stuff. We might get into some of all that this coming year. I've got a lot of plans for this year. Hopefully, I can get an episode out every week. Hopefully on Mondays. I do have a interview coming up at the end of this month with a professor from Penn State, which is really cool. So get excited for that. But I don't know how many videos per se I'm going to put out this year. I wanted to focus on that last year, but we just we got caught up in a lot of stuff, I guess. Plans got rearranged. Like I said, I think at the beginning of last year, we were planning on going to Texas for my 30th birthday last year, but that didn't end up happening. So we ended up going just to Kentucky to visit some friends and go to the Kentucky Ren Fair, where I got my very first actual forged sword, which will be going on the wall up here hopefully soon. I've got some other projects to do inside here to make this more of a good like a studio. Besides just the chairs, I want to a background to give a. Hopefully, when I get this out, I have the intro pretty well done. That's been on my mind for forever, trying to get the right song, the right length, the right video to it. But yeah, so most of my time last year, especially the end of the year, was taken up by football. I was collaborating with the actual high school and the football coach to do some live streams and stuff. If you haven't seen any of that, it's the SHC Sports Network. Not sure the plans this year. We're going to continue to do it, but I'm not sure what that's going to look like. We have to still get with Coach Foster and see how that's going to go. We're definitely going to get to some Ren fairs this year. I don't know how much vlogging I'm going to do. I want to do some videos, maybe some either skits or what I really want to get into is like documentary style videos. I had an idea to do local game stores of Central Pennsylvania, and I have some people interested. I just have not got to follow back up with them yet, and that's completely on me. I know the number one is Gatehouse Games in Altoona. There's a couple that's further out that are interested. So, there's something I want to do, but I don't know if it's appropriate to do. From the area I'm at, I'm about 5 minutes from the Agape Farm, which is where Creation Fest was held. And a lot has gone down there leading to the downfall of Creation Fest. And a lot more stuff is coming out in the limelight as of late regarding kind of the similar things that have perspired. Is that the word? I think so. The same things have gone down to cause Creation Fest to slowly go downhill and then eventually close. Now the Agape Farm has done are doing their own festival called Agape Fest, which I've not gotten to get out to yet, but every year they have some pretty good artists, and it's a lot softer than what Creation Fest was used to. Around here, if you're going to go to something like that now, you're going to go to Uprise Fest, which they just announced their first two artist announcements, which was I called it first was Disciple. I love seeing them, but they're always in Pennsylvania, and then Crowder, which my son hasn't got yet to see, so that's going to be exciting to do this year. Just a lot of ideas, like normal, just floating around that I want to do, but just either don't have the time, don't have the energy, don't have the money. We've been cutting it pretty close as of late, managing, but like I said, things were a bit difficult at the end of last year. A lot of stuff has gone down, and just I got plans that I want to do that I don't know if I'll get to. But this is just the first episode of the year. I kind of took January to unwind from 2025, unwinding from that seemed kind of pointless when all these things are going on in 2026 already. But I do want to touch on some of those topics eventually. I want to do a shift with this podcast. Obviously, there's going to be a nerdy aspect to it, some nerd culture and pop culture stuff. But a lot, like I said, the things that have happened have caused me, my wife, my family to kind of really look up in recent days. God's working in weird ways as of late. So I think that's going to be more of a main focus of this channel, being the Nazarene nerd. I think a good bit of the episodes are now going to focus on I want to focus on more Christian topics, and I've got a lot of ideas on that list. Some of them might ruffle some feathers. Some of them, most Christians would agree with, but things have gone down lately that kind of hit close to home, and stuff needs talked about, I guess. I mean, and I'm not the only one going to be talking about them. I listen to, Wretched Radio with Todd Friel. He's already hit on a good bit of stuff that I didn't know about that kind of goes along with what I want to talk about. The Living Waters is really good. They do more of things that more so apply to your life and, standing strong in the faith. Wretched, they're kind of like current events and, the biblical perspective on that. Answers Genesis posts every once in a while, or Answers News they do, which is just a lot of, scientific articles and reviews and stuff like that they go over. But I want that to be a main focus in this channel from now on. I like going places. I like my medieval, aesthetic, but there's a lot of things beyond that need discussed, and that I should have my focus on, I should say. So, but the first interview is going to be with Professor Benjamin Hudson, who is a medieval history professor at Penn State University, main campus, which is really cool. Him and I have been in correspondence since about November-ish, October-ish, about trying to work out details of when he wants to come on and whatnot, especially since we just got hit with a big winter storm like a week ago. So, weather permitting, he'll be here at the end of February. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and get an episode in before, the end of February, end of January, beginning of February, somewhere in that. I want, first Monday of February, this will drop. And I just want to get you guys' take on some stuff this year. What do you want to see in videos? What do you want to see in podcast topics? If you want to be on the episodes, let me know. I love having people in the studio. I was going to go to Penn State if Professor Hudson didn't want to come here, but he seems very interested in coming into, a medieval tavern studio. So I got some stuff that I got to finish before he gets here. But this is a very short episode, I'd say, because I don't really have a, not a script, but a coherent list of things to talk about, just because I didn't really pick a topic yet. The first topic will probably become next Monday. So I'll get that ready, recorded this weekend, and then it'll drop next Monday. But thank you guys for listening to this episode. Make sure you leave a like. Drop a comment on what things you want to see, want to hear, stuff like that, and spread the word. I want to try to get this podcast out, to a wider variety of people and get some really cool guests on here, whether it be, Christian artists, professors, just people who have interesting lives. I had Andrea on here a couple of times. She's a very well-known person in the area, has connections, and I always like talking to her. So maybe we'll have her back on again. My dad will come back on possibly to go more deeper into some religious topics. So, but thank you guys for watching, and until next episode, don't forget to put on the armor of God and stay blessed. See ya.